2 years ago, I dropped out of university to follow my dreams. It was actually 1 year and a bit less than 2 years. It was at the end of 2023 when I dropped out, and I decided to follow online business because of all of the narrative online. I've seen a lot of I was seeing a lot of young dudes, especially from the US, right, making a lot of money with online business. So I decided, why not me? So I dropped out, and it was one of the best decisions I ever made in my life. Now, of course, I didn't. A lot of you guys will not know me, but what I do basically is do this whole online coaching business, and with service-based business as well. And so I'm not where I want to be yet, but I know I am on the right path. But my goal is to explain a bit of my story, and to talk about perfectionism and how perfectionism could be stalling your progress. And we'll give you guys a couple of solutions to this, okay? So going back, I was actually in two universities in Portugal, because I'm originally from Portugal. And the school system, the education system in Portugal is not as harsh as in the US, where you need to pay like 100 grand or something. I might be a bit ignorant about this. Hopefully I'm not. So yeah, I was watching a lot of these online dudes, and I was getting quite a lot of motivation to drop out and just fully focus on what I wanted to grow online. And it's the cliche story of, dropping out, starting a business. And yeah, I mean, even though it's kind of cliche, there's a couple of points here that I want to explain to a couple of you that might be going through the same problem of perfectionism and having quite some time in the online business, but overthinking everything. And I'm going to explain what exactly what could be helping you guys, what could help you guys solving this problem. So yeah, I remember I was in the University of Lisbon, on the main one, public university, and I was not happy. I was going to classes. I was full of anxiety. I was going with the bus. I was having the normal classes. I was actually, a lot of you might not know this, but I wanted to follow initially cinematography. I actually have on this very channel a lot of privated videos of me expressing my creative side, I guess. And so I decided to follow cinematography, but I was not fulfilled. And again, I saw this shiny object of the online business, so I dropped out and went fully on the service-based, business online. By the way, I'm kind of, my speech is a bit laggy. I didn't really sleep properly. Doesn't matter. Hopefully you guys can understand me either way. And so, yeah, I was waking up at 5:30 a.m. every single day, going to the gym, working at a local McDonald's next to the gym and next to the university. It's actually a really nice place in the middle of Lisbon. And I was studying and I was working on the business, just trying to figure stuff out. I didn't know about anything. I didn't even know about the done for you, done with you, coaching, consulting. I only knew that, it's possible to make money, right? So hopefully this doesn't stop recording. And so it was a struggle. I'm not gonna lie. In the first couple of weeks. So I just decided, it was actually in the beginning, it was in October of 2023 when I was like, okay, let's fucking do this. Let me actually try. But I was still trying to balance university with business. And so my grades were fucking horrible. I was struggling a lot. I had a lot of anxiety because I didn't know anyone in my class. I only made like one friendship in like 2 months. I'm not the most extroverted guy when it comes to relationships. And so I decided to just drop out because I was not happy. I was not happy. And even though happiness can be quite a trap, seeking for happiness, it was the kind of unhappiness which really fucking just drains you. And you know it's not good for short term or even long term. So I decided to drop out. Obviously, my family didn't like it because it was the second time that I dropped out of a university because, well, I guess the normal education is not for me. Cliche, I know. Um, so yeah, for quite quite a few months, I was just after dropping out of university for quite a lot of months, I was just overthinking everything. I knew that I wanted to make something work online, but I was not really sure how. So instead, and this is the main idea of the video that I want to get the point across, is I was, instead of just starting and not having, you know, um, not being scared of failing, I just was overthinking everything. I was overthinking every single step of what I was doing when it comes to the online business. And at that point, I don't even call it business because I was just juggling through different models, and I will talk about business models in a bit. I was worrying more about like graphics and logos and name of the business instead of the actual business and the services that I could be fulfilling with. This is such a big trap, especially for new business owners, okay, or at least for new guys getting into online business. You shouldn't be worrying about graphics or logos or names or color templates. I mean, or like templates or color grading and such. You could be like, you can set that shit up like in the first week and not worry about it anymore. That's not going to help you get money. And the most important thing when you're starting a business is getting cash flow. It's getting that first client as soon as possible. You should not be like stressing about it and having this scarcity mindset. Of course, that's a big trap as well. But that's not a priority. Your priority is to, okay, what exactly am I going to help people with? Who am I going to help? And how am I going to help them? Select a few services that you want to help people with, even if it's just, video editing, with funnel building, with email marketing. Set something up and then stick with it for a couple of months and then shift. And this is the part of the perfectionism. Just like I, in the beginning, was overthinking all of these things, worrying, okay, what type of business model am I going to do? Am I going to do ads? Am I going to do emails? Am I going to do growth operating? Am I going to do done for you, done with you, do it yourself, just create digital products or such? Like, do not overthink stuff. It might be hard, I know. And especially because I come from a culture and I was programmed in a way because of the school system to be perfect and not having and not failing and having everything set right. That's like a virus. That's a disease in your head that you should eradicate as soon as possible. You are supposed to fail. And I even made a story about this, a story sequence about this a couple of days ago on my Instagram, which, by the way, you can follow me, link in the description. And it's about not having you cannot be afraid of failing. You should actually crave failing. Because with failing, that's where you get feedback. But the only way to fail is actually by deciding, okay, I'm going to do this for this time frame, and I'm going to stick with it no matter how I feel. And that's when you get your feedback loop. That's where you actually find the joy in the work, in the challenge. Please fail more. This is what I'm trying to get the point across here. And let go of perfectionism, because perfectionism ripples throughout your entire life, not only in the business, but you trying to find the best morning routine or the best night routine or the best fucking gym workout session or the best tech stack to use. That's like, let go of it. Let go of it. Find your own voice. Try to understand what exactly you like to do. Don't follow a business model for the sake of following a business model. I want you guys, I think I even talked about this in a prior past video of mine, or a newsletter, which, by the way, I have a newsletter for free as well, if you guys want to, no pressure, which is about try to make this exercise. I think it was an email, actually. Try to make this exercise. If you had all of the money in the world, if in the current business model that you are trying to follow at the moment, would you feel fulfilled waking up every single day with the infinite amount of money? Would you feel the joy? Would you feel full of energy to wake up, jump out of bed, to go and work on the things that you want to work? Try to imagine that. Even though, of course, growing a business, it's not an easy task. And it's not a walk in the park. It's not all sunshine and rainbows. You always have to do something that you don't like. It's normal. It's part of business. But for the majority of it, like, would you feel fulfilled? Like, for example, would you feel fulfilled waking up and script a couple script a couple of ads for your clients? Because at least for me, that's, even though ads is kind of part of my service, it's not the most joyful thing for me. But ads is not the most important part of the services that I do. It's actually, working with clients, with content, helping with content, and setting a couple of systems on the back end. And I had a couple of clients doing this, and we got amazing results. You can go into my Instagram to see the results. And if you're a coach, you can work with me if you want to as well. Try to imagine that, okay, vividly. Do not go after another shiny object of another business model and let go of perfectionism. Select the services that you want to help people with and imagine the end goal. How would you feel waking up every single day, working on the current business that you have? Imagine that as vividly as possible. I'm repeating myself, but this is really important. Do not, and this is a mistake as well, you're trying to force growth and business growth from something that you do not even feel fulfillment from. Okay, so yeah, that's the main idea of this video. Thank you for watching. Bye.